Hello explorers, welcome to another explorers video. We're here to find out the next bit of the story of Joseph and also to have a bit of fun together. Today, if you are one of our Wednesday explorers, you will have a bag and you will need your Joseph figure, which you may or may not have decorated to look like Joseph. You've probably still got some coats that he's been wearing. We won't need those today, but today you will need the empty bag. So if you haven't got one of these Explorer activity bags and you'd like to take part, you just need to draw a man and a bag. Okay, that's what you'll need to do. If you have still left some biscuits, you can eat those during the story. I'm going to enjoy mine then. And today as well, you will need these funny things for our game. Okay, if you don't have those with you, you can pause the video now to go and get them. But we're going to carry on by playing the game. To play the game with us today, we have Alan and Marion. Hello, Alan and Marion.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to be with you again.
Can I check, Alan and Marion, do you have the blue and green and red things for our game?
Yes, I have them right by my side. There we are.
Let me explain how the game works. It's a simple version of the game, The Great War II, which we play at Adventurers. So this, Explorers, is practicing for when you get to be an adventurer. You will choose one of these three things each time. If you don't have these, I'll tell you what you can do in a moment. So you might choose the lips, and you can hold them up like that. You might choose the glasses, you hold them up here, or you might choose the moustache. I will give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and you have to choose one of those things to hold against your face. I'm going to have my eyes closed, and I will then choose one of the things here with me as well. If I choose the same thing you are holding up, I will get a point. But if you have something different on your face, you will get the point. Okay, so I'll run through that again when we're playing. If you don't have the bag and you don't have these things, don't worry. Instead of the lips, you can just do big lips. Instead of the moustache, you can do a finger moustache. And instead of the spectacles, you can do finger spectacles. So you can still take part even if you don't have the pieces of paper. Okay, so I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1. On 1, you need to pick one of those things. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. You should hopefully have something. You've chosen something to hold up at your face. I'm now going to choose this. And let me see. Okay, I've opened my eyes. Marion has got a point because she's got different to me. Alan has got a point because he also has different to me. So if you don't have the blue moustache, you've got a point. But if you do have the blue moustache, then that means I have a point. So you can keep score at home. Okay, well done. Let's do round 2. 3, 2, 1. You can choose something to hold up. And I'm going to choose something to hold up. Okay, let's see. Oh, I can't actually see. Oh! I have 2 points because me, Alan and Marion are all holding up the spectacles.
Oh.
If at home you're holding up these, then that means I get even more points. But if you were holding up the moustache or the lips, that means you got a point. So well done. Let's play again. 3, 2, 1. Choose your thing. I'm going to choose this. Okay, I've opened my eyes. Alan, you have a point. Well done. Marion, you have a point. Well done. And I don't have any points here. But at home, if you've got a blue moustache, that does mean that I get a point. But if you've got something different, then you get a point. Well done. Okay, final round. Let's see if we can make it a draw between me and Alan and Marion. 3, 2, 1. You choose one of your things, and I'm going to choose this. Oh, I've chosen the lips, so both Alan and Marion get points.
Well, yes. Oh yes, it's a good game.
At home, at home, if you got the lips, that means I get a point. But if you chose the spectacles or the moustache, that means you get a point. Well done. Well done for playing. You can let me know if you beat me, perhaps when I next see you. Great. Well as Alan and Marion, I have in my office here someone who always comes to Explorers. He likes playing hide and seek. He's a giraffe. He's called Patrick, and he is hidden somewhere behind me in this room. Can you have a look? Look around. There's lots of different shelves to look on. Can you spot where he is? If you can point and shout. Let me see. I'm going to give you 3 more seconds to have a look, and then I will go and point him out. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Here he is. There's his foot, there's his hand, there's his ear. You can see those bits. He was just hiding just behind one of the shelving bits. Okay, now Patrick always has a question. So Alan and Marion, Patrick's question, which he'd like to ask you, and explorers, you can have a think at home as well, is Patrick really likes sandwiches, and he would like to know, what is your favourite thing to have in a sandwich? Marion, would you like to tell us?
I like tuna, all mashed up, tuna and cucumber, and lots of it, of course. I love it.
Sounds good. How about you, Alan?
And I like egg and cress. Nothing to beat it. The best in the world.
Well, explorers, I wonder if you had the same as Alan and Marion, or if your favourite sandwiches are different. If you'd like to, you can pause the video to discuss your favourite sandwich fillings with whoever you're watching it with.
What is yours, Anna?
Yeah, I was just thinking me and Patrick need to say. Patrick, I think, enjoys salad sandwiches with leaves in.
Lots of leaves, yes.
And I enjoy sausage sandwiches.
With it just sausage, or sausage with something else in the tomato ketchup?
Sausage with tomato ketchup.
Oh, wonderful.
Good
Good idea. I'll try it.
Great. Well, we explorers have got to the time where we're going to hear the next bit from the Book of Joseph. If you have your biscuits, you can get those now. And I'm going to hand over to Marion for our story.
This story is found in the Bible, the first book of the Bible, the book of Genesis. You've heard some of it already. It's about a chap called Joseph. The last time you met Joseph, he was a long, long way from home in Egypt, and he'd been put in prison for something he didn't do. And while he was there, another prisoner had a dream, and Joseph told him what it meant. He told him that he was going to be set free from prison. And indeed, the dream came true. The man was set free. But do you remember that Joseph asked the man to tell Pharaoh, the king, that he, Joseph, was in prison for something he hadn't done, and please could he be set free? But when the man was set free from prison and went back to work for Pharaoh, he forgot all about Joseph. So today we meet Joseph still in prison. But the Bible tells us that God was with Joseph. And this is what happened next. Pharaoh had a dream. They seemed to go in for dreams in those days. Pharaoh had a dream. He saw 7 fat cows and 7 thin cows. The thin cows ate up the fat cows, but the thin cows still looked thin and hungry. The next night, Pharaoh had another dream. This time he dreamt about another 7 fat stalks of corn and 7 thin stalks of corn. The fat corn ate up the thin corn, but the thin corn ate up the fat corn, but the thin corn still looked thin and hungry. What did it mean? Pharaoh got all his wise men and magicians with their magic powers to find out what the dream meant. Not one of them could tell Pharaoh what his dreams were about. Oh, but then the man who'd been in prison, who worked for Pharaoh, suddenly thought, oh, there was that guy in prison. He knew about dreams. And I forgot to tell Pharaoh about him. So he went to Pharaoh and he said, I know somebody in prison, a young man called Joseph. He can tell you about dreams. He's in prison for no good reason at all, but he might be able to tell you. Send for him at once. commanded Pharaoh. Now Joseph, although he was in prison for something he didn't do, he trusted God. And when he was told that he had to go to Pharaoh to tell him about his dreams, I think he prayed to God. I think he said something like, God, you are always with me. Show me, please, what Pharaoh's dreams mean. He was taken to Pharaoh, who told him about the cows and the corn. But I don't know what it means, said Pharaoh. And Joseph said, God says that there will be a great harvest for 7 years, when the crops will be wonderful, there'll be lots of corn. Then there'll be 7 years of famine, when the crops fail and there's nothing. Put a good man in charge of storing extra food during the 7 good years before the famine comes, Joseph told Pharaoh. I wonder who would do that? Who shall I put in charge, thought Pharaoh. And then he said to himself, of course, this man who knows about dreams, he surely can do that for me. So Pharaoh said to Joseph, there is no one better than you. You will be in charge of storing the food and keeping it safe, so that no one ever goes hungry. And Joseph became the most important man in Egypt. God had been with Joseph all this time. He had a plan for Joseph, and Joseph was now free from prison, knowing that this was what God had planned for him. Now Alan's going to say a prayer, and at the end we will sing the Explorer Amen.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this wonderful story of Joseph. Thank you for telling us that you were with him when he was a long way from home, and he trusted you. Thank you for telling us that you were with him when he was in prison, and he trusted you. And thank you for telling us at the end of the story that Pharaoh made him the most important man in Egypt, and he trusted you. Please be with us, whether we're at school now or having to be at home, whether we're the only child in the family or whether we've got brothers and sisters. You're always with us. Please help us to trust you, just as Joseph did. And we all say, Amen, 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 and I agree, amen.
Thank you, Alan and Marion, for sharing the next bit of the story of Joseph with us and for singing so beautifully the Explorers Amen song. I hope you're singing along at home, Explorers. Well, the final thing to say is you will have in your packs this empty bag, and you will have noticed in that story, Joseph was given the job to store up food to get ready for those 7 years where there wouldn't be much food. So in this bag, I would like you to draw lots of different types of food. Where can I hold it where you can see? You could do your favorite food, or you could do food that you think might have been eaten in those days. It's up to you. I've drawn some fruit and a sandwich, although I didn't put sausages in my sandwich actually. It looks like cheese in mine here. I've drawn some chocolate, I've drawn some oranges, apple pear, some crisps. So it's up to you. But you can have that bag of food ready to give to Joseph. He can hold on to it as he goes about and does his job for Pharaoh. So that's your craft this evening if you'd like to do that, Explorers. Well, it's been great to join together for an Explorers. All we have left to do now is to say have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
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 Bye-bye.